Good afternoon, Peter Goertz. I'm a psychiatrist. Creativity in medicine, is that paradoxical? Is it impossible to be creative in medicine? I think it is possible to be creative in medicine, so that's the short answer. For me, being creative is enjoyable, it's energizing, and you may be sitting in a room memorizing anatomy and thinking to yourself, oh my God, am I ever going to get to be creative in medicine? So keep going, and definitely, in my opinion, you can be creative in medicine. Obviously, people can be creative in the arts, like music, composing music, playing music, writing lyrics, writing books, painting, and proofs in mathematics are creative. For example, if you've never read how to prove a certain theorem in mathematics and you come to a proof on your own, you create your own proof, that's very creative. Or even if you create a proof, or of course if you create a proof of a mathematical theorem that's never been proven, that obviously is creative. Goertz, the mathematician, he was able to prove that no axiomatic system is complete. Goertz, another mathematician, proved that one infinity is greater than another. So amazing things, creativity in mathematics, and in my opinion, one can be creative in medicine in the same way as in mathematics or in the arts. Even, for example, with memorizing. So you can be creative just with the process of memorizing. For example, what I did in the past, I've not done it recently, but what I did in the past was listen to Baroque music while I was studying. And in my opinion, that was helpful for retaining information. There's something about the timing within Baroque music that seems to be conducive to laying down memories. And a book talks about this, an old book, it's called Super Learning. I think the author's last name is Ostrander, Ostrander. Research in medicine obviously can be creative. Making diagnoses in medicine can be creative, and doing treatments in medicine as well can be creative. Now, with creativity, there does not seem to be a protocol. Thinking outside of the box is welcome in creativity. And it seems to me that when we're creative, we are tuning into some source in the world, whatever that source is. If you believe in God, you may call that source God. And when we're being creative, we want to trust our intuition, our gut feeling, and they can help us with creativity. Creativity does not seem to be measurable. It does not seem to be logical either. And when we're working on being creative, we want to keep an open mind. One example is many years ago, I was working in a public hospital on a locked psychiatric ward, and myself and another psychiatrist were doing our notes, and back then we used to write the notes by hand, and we each had maybe 10 patients, so it could be quite time-consuming, just the bureaucratic part of the day, writing notes, treatment plans we did also, so plenty of paperwork and manual paperwork back then. And we thought, wow, we're doing all this paperwork back in the office, off the ward, and we're barely having time to see the patients. So we just took that day, we just took the chart rack with all the charts into a community room where the patients were, and just hung out with the patients and wrote our notes. And I think that was helpful for us to get a sense of what the patients were doing, get more of a feel for what was going on with the patients. And I think it was also helpful for the patients to not feel like they're being separated from us, that we're inherently better from them or anything like that. So there was some sense of community between us and the patients just by doing that. So that's a very small creative thing as an example. So bottom line, it is possible, in my opinion, to be creative in medicine and have fun.